Nice, beautiful sound and a very long sustain. Today we have S9 made by Saers Company. S9 is their entry-level instrument. It features a beautiful spruce, solid top spruce for the top, and we have zericote for the sides and back. A very beautiful cut here chosen. We have a mahogany neck, and we have Indian rosewood for the fingerboard. Indian rosewood for the bridge as well. This guitar is listed on Sayer website as entry-level instrument. This means that it's intended to be for somebody who is starting out playing guitar, maybe somebody who is above age of 12, so you can play a full-size classical guitar. An amateur, somebody who doesn't want to start out on a cheaply made instrument with bunch of issues. Issues may be the construction of the instrument, cheaper woods. The guitar is made with freshly cut wood, so the wood didn't really have a chance to properly mature, which means that the wood will be moving, and this will result in just a bad sounding instrument. This instrument from a get-go sounds really great. If you could notice, I could play quite loud and get a really nice round sound and a long sustain. It's really easy to play. That's I keep repeating myself in all the Saers videos. When you woke up in a guitar shop and you're looking for a classical guitar, you don't get a lot of options. I recently went to Chicago Music Exchange, and just for fun, I was like, okay, can you guys show me your classical guitars? And they were basically like two different guitars, and I didn't even want to try them out. They were entry level. I don't want to mention the brands, but a few $100 guitars that really just don't project well and are very cheaply made. Most importantly, made with cheap materials. Something like this, I keep telling my students, don't start out on the cheapest guitar possible, just because it's going to limit the way you can learn and you can develop the sound over time. If the guitar is really bad, you're not going to be able to project a nice sound, which means that instrument will not be able to support you and support you in developing your tone. A lot of times at the schools where we are teaching, we're competing with violins and pianos, and other teachers mention something. Well, why does the guitar sound so tiny? It sounds beautiful, but it sounds so tiny next to a violin. Well, that's because some of the students are playing $100 instrument, and this is just what you're gonna get. And if a child or a beginner is starting out on an instrument like that, they're just going to stay at that level, and the hands will not learn how to play with dynamics and how to really develop a sound, because you're limited from the get-go. With this kind of instrument, this will not be the case. The guitar sounds really loud and very beautiful, and that's very encouraging for somebody who is starting out. I started out a long time ago, and I like everybody else, started out on a cheaply made guitar. And if I had something like this when I was starting out, I would have much easier time developing my sound and getting to a desired level much faster than I did. S9 is, like I said, intended to be a guitar for an amateur or somebody who is beginning. If you look on Sweetwater or Reverb or Guitar Center, there is really not a lot of options for a guitar around $1,000 that's really well made, and it's meant to be a proper classical instrument. That means it doesn't have pickup and the tuners and the cutaway. This is a traditional instrument, traditional classical guitar that's meant to be played classical guitar music on it. It has lattice bracing, which really helps project much more. Therefore, you're getting this kind of big and beautiful sound from the get-go. This guitar is available on Reverb, reverb.com, and our website, and it retails for about $1,000. Comes with a nicely padded guitar bag, and we couldn't be happier to be one of their only dealers in United States. Check out DanceGuitars.com, check out reverb.com, search Saers Guitars S9 model, and thanks for watching.